Hey guys, I am uploading game number 2 of Clan Battles. This one will be more about the actual gameplay than it was how to try and help lead your group to success. Remember specific strategies of staying together as a cohesive unit, putting good pressure on it without overextending and causing yourselves to get at a disadvantage. Remember, the goal is to put them at a disadvantage so that they have to do things they don't want to. Just like in chess, you make a move not to make that move really count. You make a move to make them make an uncomfortable move. You have to respond to this. Now you notice this team, almost all rentals. They have a gearing, that's it. Doesn't mean we can't do well. Notice our team, also 4 rentals. So it's one of those things where, does it give you a little bit of insight? Yeah. But does it mean everything? No. So here again, we are with the game. Same simple strategy. Everyone defend B, or if you're on the other side, A. Send the fastest ship to C because he's going to be able to see what's coming and react to it accordingly. Either take out the destroyer that, again, overextended, since the destroyers are faster than the cruisers naturally. If it's a destroyer that's in there first, there's going to be a solid 30-45 seconds where he cannot combat you because he's there alone because he got too far away from his cruisers. The caps are also shortened. It only takes about 40 seconds to cap these, 30 to 40 seconds instead of a whole minute. So if you're in there, you have less time to have to be in there. But also, again, remember, the cap isn't worth your life. Go ahead, back off from it, because now you know where they're at. Now this sending one ship by himself thing only works when the person you're sending is comfortable with it. You have to know what you can and cannot do. What ships can you fight? What ships can't you fight? Cav, super fast, great against destroyers. What am I trying to do? Single out a destroyer. If I run into cruisers or for some reason they only sent cruisers there, what am I going to do? Back off. I'm going to engage until I'm at a spot where I know in 20 seconds they won't be able to see me anymore. In that case, I will stop shooting, focus entirely on dodging shots and disappearing. What would I do then? I would regroup with my group and push the other side, because guess what? They now overextended. I'm leaving 1 or 2 or 3 ships in my dust. That means they have 1 to 3 ships not supporting them on the other side. It's all about you getting them out of position. Now, what would you do if you were going against this? The best strategy you can do? Kill the guy that's by himself. Kill him quickly. Don't let him escape. Don't let him regroup with his team, because then everything's for naught. Now, also, one of the key notes here is have somebody with radio location. For us, that's going to be Jeffster. Jeffster is helping us make sure we know where people are. We're concentrating right on whoever pops up first. We're making them pay. We want them to not want to get spotted. Every time they're spotted, pressure instantly. We want them to be scared entirely. Even if you're not getting huge devastating strikes, you're hurting them. Hurting sucks because it's hurting. They'll turn around, they'll rotate, we'll try and finish the kill. If not, that's okay. We're going to rotate to the next. We're going to keep that damage rolling. Constantly doing that damage, having more ships targeted. And honestly, we're going to talk about something else. Hopefully, I think it shows up later in this game. It might not. But turret rotation speed again. I know how I've been saying cohesive units all together, but sometimes it's really wise to split up, get those alternate angles. Why? Because now they have to choose one of 2 targets. They can't magically make their turrets instantly go to a different target. They have to spend time turning those turrets, which means either they're not going to, or they will and they'll spend a lot of time not shooting. We'll see here again. Guess what happened? I have an isolated destroyer by me. Again, shooting one salvo of torpedoes, keeping the other, so that way I can focus mostly on my guns, possibly get lucky with a torp. He's going to have to react to my torpedoes. I'm trying to make sure that my vector is different from when he just spotted me. I don't want him to randomly launch torpedoes that I can't dodge. Here he is. He's got me to deal with and the torps. He has to watch the torpedoes to not get hit, but he couldn't do both tasks. He got hit. That's another one of those things where with experience you'll recognize what's important to pay attention to, what's not. Dodge torpedoes first. Dodge torpedoes first, give them your entire attention, especially if you're a destroyer, because you got to live first. Now you'll notice I got two cruisers right by me, and I'm barely out of their detectability. And my detectability is 9.7, but there's smoke covering here and an island covering here. So as soon as it's capped, guess what? I'm opening up. I'm now okay to shoot. He's not targeted at me, but there is another cruiser over there. Guess what happens? There's two cruisers by me. So they're already down 2 ships. There's 2 cruisers by me. We have 6 ships over there versus 3. 6 versus 3 between A and B. That's a huge advantage to my team. And I'm not even combating them. I'm just making them have to react to me. They can't get themselves in a good spot now. They've overextended. It's not good. I'm in the curve for secondaries, but again, I'm at the larger extent of his secondaries, and it's okay. He doesn't actually have manual secondaries on me. Notice I'm running from C because I would rather face a curve first than 2 cruisers. I'm going to continuously fire at him while making myself as small as possible to the 2 Zhaos shooting at me. They keep taking peeks back, making sure that they're not going to hit me. And again, this is one of those important things where if you are a cruiser, you are in that position, you're shooting at a cap, make your shots count. It's the best you can do. Don't miss. Easier said than done. Baruka's a little overextended. He's at the front, which is okay. He's taking a lot of damage. That means a lot of other ships can't. That's good. We have an advantage. He pushed because we didn't have any destroyers on the enemy team left, so he was comfortable. But remember, if you're taking excess damage, rotate out with your other teammates. Because if you're alive at 10k health, 5k health, 1k health, that means you're still alive. We haven't lost the points, they haven't gained the points, and you can still do damage. It'll be less, it'll be a different roll, but you're still doing that damage. This game is mostly over. You can see us just basically burning down their destroyer. They got 3 Zhaos left. He just got a pretty good whack on me. I used my repair to put the fire out. And notice, I'm not combating the Zhao that's harmful against me. I shot 1 volley at him, set 2 fires, I got lucky. But I'm focusing on what I'm good at, and I'm telling my team to focus on the Zhao. Why? Because you need to try and prioritize, in situations like this, what you're going to be effective going against. Cruisers are great to go against cruisers. Cruisers are not great for going against battleships. Some cruisers aren't even good at going against destroyers. It's very few, but it's true.
Torpedoes to port.
So we're actually, the victory is pretty solidly going to happen. We know that, so we're pushing a little bit more than we should. We are dying, but we're comfortable. They have 2 caps, there's 11 minutes left. That is somewhat of a concern because they could gain back their points. But you can't gain back your points if you're all going to die. So what are we doing? We are focusing on a specific target that's within range of everyone and trying to take him out. I am regrouping, paying attention. I would have went into A, but that cruiser behind me is actually coming back towards it, and I don't want to fight him that close, because then I can't dodge his shots. But I am going to help my team fight a specific Zao. Jester got torpedoed. Now it's a real close
Torpedo
match.
support.
It's concerningly close. We went from having a great advantage to now not having near as much advantage. I'm getting focused. I'm trying to watch both sides. It's okay to tank if I needed a break, which I did. I go silent. I let my heal work up, get all my health back,
Torpedoes astern.
and once my health is back, I'll re-engage.
Torpedoes astern.
I'm also trying to make it to where the Zao has to choose between shooting at me or my teammates. I don't want him to be able to easily go back and forth. He just shot at my teammate. Guess what that means? He has to reload. He has to turn his guns. Now he's going to focus on me. He just spent more time than his reload turning his guns to shoot at me. Guess what I'm doing while doing all that? I'm shooting him. What else is happening? My teammates are shooting at him. So now he has to completely go into fighting me. He's got to specifically go after me. He's made that active choice. He can't choose both because, again, we're too spread out for his guns. If he decides to try and rotate back and forth, too bad for him. He's going to lose. Also, notice particularly where I'm aiming at on those ships. I'm not aiming at their belt line because I have 130s. I'm aiming at the top of their deck. Base of the structure. Superstructure, sorry. And that's kind of where you'll do most of the damage. Right above that belt line. Unless, of course, you have 203s or something larger, like 240s if you have a what is that, Henry, or 220s on the Moskva. Those are things that you can do. You can hit that belt line pretty darn well. 152s depending on the distance. We are back at having an advantage, but again, the caps, although not that important, are important enough to where you need to push them here and there. They're both in C. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to cap A. Boom. You're back at disadvantage. Now you have to push out a C to win. We don't have to come after you anymore. Especially if we lose one more ship, which is likely, it's possible. They still have to do more. They have to now extend. Guess what just happened? They're separated. How separated are they? Nah, they have about 8 kilometers between them. So what are we going to do? We're going to cap this cap, and then we're going to actively engage, because I don't want Robert to get focused while he's trying to repair. I'm okay tanking for a bit. I switch places with him. I get in front of him. I go, hey, I'm going to tease the Zao. I'm going to get him to focus on me. If I can't handle it anymore, I'll disengage, back off, we'll trade spots. It's that continual rotation that really helps you. And notice I set a fire. It's going to be one of those things where you continuously keep things rolling. I got 2 fires on him. I'm trying to aim at a new part of the ship. He put it out. Since he put it out and he's repairing right now, I'm going to use AP. Especially since he's broadside. I'm trying to line up to where I can not have to pay attention to my steering. I'm actually going to start rotating my back guns. Keep pestering him. Notice he's mostly decided to not focus on me, and now he's coming back to focusing me. He had to spend that time turning his turrets. Notice we just had another one of our cruisers die. It's getting closer and closer. As the time goes by, if we lose another ship, we could lose completely. So that's when I decide that means I now have to kill that ship. I have to. I'm not going to play this risky
Problem
point
solved.
game, especially when he's at 2k health and I'm at 11k. I'm in the comfortable seat. I'm going to take him out. When you're in a situation like this, best thing to do, in my opinion, take the assured damage. HE, you're gonna hit, it's gonna do damage. You don't need a big hit, so just get those assured damage hits on him. Of course, he's got Zao troll armor. He's at a better spot since he's retreating, but he can't dodge them all. I only need 2 more shells to do damage. 1 more shell. I would have definitely killed him had the points not happened. So that was game number 2 in our clan wars yesterday. Hoping so far that these are helping.